So with that being said, for us nowadays, we're struggling. May Allah make it easy for us. What would you say
I mean,
the solution is for us?
So there's not going to be an easy solution because this is like a global system and it's being implemented by force. So it's going to be very hard to resist it. There are certain measures that you can take to reduce the influence of this global system. I think one of the most effective ways is to disconnect yourself from mainstream media. Disconnect yourself, like stop allowing that poison to affect the way that you view the world. And that will have a big positive effect. Instead, plug yourself into good sources of information about the world. It doesn't have to be like a religion or religious sources. It's obviously good if you learn your deen and study Islam, but just in general, in terms of being informed about what's happening, find alternatives like alt kind of media, alternative. And as of now, it's available online. Like they haven't shut everything down yet. That might change. God knows, Allah knows. But for now, you have the option to unplug from mainstream. That's number one. Number two, really try to learn more about liberalism and the way that it operates. I offer courses through my institute, Alasna Institute, and they go into depth. Also, my YouTube channel and website go into depth on liberalism, so you can always use those resources. And then third, I would say try to focus on family and try to focus on getting married to someone who's good, who is on the same page as you and gets it. Try to get married, try to have a strong family and raise your kids well, and raise your kids so that they're not liberals and they don't have these liberal biases that we grew up with, or at least I grew up with. Um, and it's important. Why is family important? Because people around you and the way that you live life has a psychological effect, right? Just reading something in a book or on a website is not necessarily going to change your way of thinking, but being around different people and living in a different way of life will or has a much more impactful way of thinking in your psychology. So alter your psychology by building a family, like a strong family, and connect with other families or your own extended family. Try to move closer to them. These are all practical things that you can do that are very important. If we live individualistic lives, then we're going to think in individualistic ways. Our psychologies are going to be primed in a way that makes liberalism more appealing. And you can't necessarily consciously know about that impact on your mind, but it's there, it happens.
Facts. Before we take forward, I just wanted to ask Anhel, do you have any like thought or two that you want to get out there? Because you've been quiet, unless you're just, taking in this knowledge.
I'm taking it in, but I'm real tired. So forgive me if I'm
No
like
worries,
extra
man.
quiet. But I will
100%.
say like what you're saying right now. What did you say something before I said it?
Oh, I was wondering why you're tired.
Oh man, I'm shifting my sleep schedule. I'm waking up at like anywhere from like 4 to 5 a.m. getting in all the prayers. Alhamdulillah. But on top of that, man, I did a workout and like my neck. I trained my neck, so my neck's like giving out right now. But what you were saying about this whole liberalism thing, I think that I experienced this firsthand because I had family, but like since my mom and my dad got divorced when I was young, and my mom and me and my sister moved over here when I was like 4 years old. Uh, we kind of spent some time with family, but like it wasn't really like that big of a deal. They're like big family get-togethers. Like it was very rare. And I remember when I was with my ex, her family was like really tight. So like for me to see the difference of like having a family who's like really tight, where it's like they have like 8, 10, 15 people staying in like one house. All like they have holidays or they treat almost every weekend as a holiday, or they're all getting together and they have like 50 80, 100 people and like a get together. I'm like, geez, like, so this is it. Like, this is what it means to like actually have a family. And I mean, it's just, it links together. And that's what liberalism does. It like separates you.
Yeah.
Bro, I just wanted to kind of polish your point right there with some points that you are 100% right. And there's ways it's manifesting in society. For one, you're saying that you need a strong family, right? To like proliferate the ummah, keep everyone in their role, keep everyone in their frame. But how are you going to do that when people are confused about their gender identity and all that? Because that directly prevents you from, reproducing. Because today you have people that you got two women that are like, oh, I could be happy with, each other and we can adopt, a kid or we can get a dog and that's khalas, like that's our life. Like, I don't get it, man. It's so normalized today that people are not even put off by the thought of living life and not having kids.
Yeah, not having kids, not having family. Go ahead.
Yeah, my bad. I was there, bro. Like, I used to think to myself, like, I don't want kids.
Same.
I don't care about having a family. Like, I'm fine if I'm like 40, 50 years old, I'm not married, and I don't have kids. But then, like, now that I think about it, I'm like, like, that would be pretty lonely.
Do any of you guys have kids?
No. Rami has kids.
Oh, okay.
Rami, you can say it, man. You can say it, bro. It's okay.
Yeah. I have 4 quadruplets.
MashaAllah.
You have 4 quadruplets, so you have 16 kids.
16.
MashaAllah. With one
Wait,
woman.
You're serious? You have quadruplets?
No, I don't have kids.
Bro.
I'm 20.
Rami's the youngest of all of us.